Through it all, she has had people that have supported her, Aunt Esther being a spearhead. I'm now with Auntie Esther, the lady who's been taking care of Harriet ever since she was beaten to death. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Zia.
How do you call Harriet? How is she related to? Is she a friend, or are you a real aunt to her?
I'm both.
Okay.
But mainly a friend.
On that fateful day, when she called you and told you that she's been beaten, what went through your mind?
I thought the usual quarrelings of the couples. That's what I thought, and I thought it was minor. But reaching here, looking at her, it was more fatal than I thought. She could not stand. She was all in pain. She could not hold a thing. Then I realized something went very wrong. I met the man when she called me. The man took me out. Genesis took me out. He told me, you know, we had a fight with Harriet, but I don't know what came over me. Please, Esther, please beg her for me to forgive me.
Had you met him before?
Yes, we were meeting. He knew me, I knew him. First of all, she loved the man so much. So much. And because he knew the girl loved her so much, he misused that opportunity and turned into something else. Because he knew anything I do, she will forgive me. After all, she loves me. That's what he used to say. Till now, he cannot believe that Harriet can say, please, it's over. He cannot believe it. Ayagadde abakazi abalala, akwanya abakazi abalala, but he cannot believe that it ended because he wasn't expecting it. One day she even lost her mind. We had to be by her side. She could run out of the ambulance. She could scream. She could yell. Time reached when she became stiff like a dead body. We had to teach her how to sit, how to walk, how to do everything by her own. We had to teach her afresh.
Did you ever suspect him of being violent?
Not really. And in 2009, when Harriet had decided to walk out of this relationship, it's me who insisted that these guys get back together because he showed he loved the girl so much.
I think up to date you really have this guilt in yourself that why did I even dare put them back together?
Yeah. In my heart I say, I wish I knew.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have put them back together again.
Where do you get this courage, this strength to be there for someone this much? Ever since she was beaten to death, you're still nursing her. That's what she told me. Where do you get all this courage to do this?
I think it's love. When you love someone, you don't mind how long, how big, what it will take to stand with that person. The fact is, I love her, and I will ever be by her side. Because I've been with her when everybody else have run away.
You were there for
her? Yeah,
her.
I was there. And even the nurses and the doctors, some of them from the hospitals we've been in, know me. They know me as Gerald Esther. And last time when she went with another person, they asked her, where is Esther? Where is Esther? Because I was at work. I had to go and look for what we have to eat. So that another person could take care of her.
Okay. What kind of job are you doing?
By then I was hired by a man. He had a poultry farm and I was a salesperson. But now I'm no longer there. So I used to sell his broilers.
So you're jobless at the moment? You have no job?
Yeah, at the moment I have no job.
So how are you surviving?
Friends, we have a lot of friends who comes in, they give us little by little, penny by penny. We put that together and survive.
Okay. Apart from you being here 24/7 by Harriet's side, do you have children of your own or a family of your own?
I once was married 10 years ago, and I got out when the man married my sister who followed me.
Okay. From
the same father, same house. Then I left them to enjoy their life. I started my own life. I went back to school. I had not done O-level and A-level. I did it. I got a work. I worked in an audit firm for 7 years. After 7 years, I got tired of being in an audit firm for that long, and the payment wasn't good by then. They were underlooking me because at first they hired me as a cleaner. I upgraded. When I upgraded, they could not increase my salary. They still looked at me as a cleaner, yet I could do all the secretarial work. I could go to the bank, do everything for them. So I got tired of the job. I left. That's when I was hired by that man who had broilers. Yeah. So after that, but in that process, I was still with Harriet. As I go to work, I come back, I take care of her sometimes, would be admitted to hospitals, so I could sleep in hospitals. Then in the morning, I rush to work. That's how we've been moving. And sometimes we could get volunteers, neighbors. They would, no, let me be by her side as you go and look for what to eat. That's how we used to do. But now I'm happy she can walk, she can eat. These days, with Iza, when we see her eating popcorn, we say, are you the one eating popcorn? Maybe it's your twin sister, but it's not you.
What advice do you have for people who are living in such violent relationships?
I think the most important thing is to study the situation if you have the chance, and if you can end it, because your life is the most important thing. Yeah. And once you lose it, he will continue or she will continue, yes, because it's either way. Yeah. A woman can beat a man, and a man beats, though the percentage of women being beaten is higher than, yes, that of men being beaten by their wives or fiancés. I believe getting out of that relationship is very important for the sake of one's health and life. Because if you stayed and the violence continues, we've seen so many die, and the case ends there. If you were to turn back time, what's that one thing you would have done to avoid the situation that you went through? I think, one, I would have sat down with my ex-fiancé to try and talk it over and part in a good way. What lessons have you learned from this experience? I've learned quite a number of lessons, but one most important lesson is that a relationship or relationships are institutions. That's what I've come to accept and to know. They are institutions that are supposed to be built by two people. That is the man and the woman. And there are a lot of challenges as you try, as you start, even all through that journey. Do you have any advice to the youth watching us now? Yes, I do have. One thing they should know, as they meet in different places and they start the relationships, the most important thing is they need to know that we grow differently in different places. Though they should not expect the people to be perfect, like they would wish. No, you can never get. But violence is not the best way to go. It takes you back so many miles when you had already moved, because the 3 years I've wasted bedridden because I was beaten has made me lose a lot of things. When I look at my work, as I was working, today I'm not working, and I've lost a lot of time. And so many youths in this country maybe would have needed me to mentor them, to talk, to change their mindset from job seeking to job creation and other things. But I'm no longer doing it because of fighting, violence. So violence is a very bad thing.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
accepting to share your story with us.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're
And I pray that
welcome.
God heals you.
Amen.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask, are you responding positively to the medication?
I am.
You are.
I am, but at times I miss because it's quite expensive.
Oh dear.
If I was regularly taking it,
You'll be much,
I think
much
I would
better.
be much better than here. I would be much better.
Okay.
But I know one day I'll call you for Thanksgiving prayer,
Please.
thanking God for healing me. I have
Yeah.
faith that I will get better.
Okay.
True.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The strong-willed fighter knows she'll beat all odds to live fully again. Domestic violence stories have featured quite often on Life Stories. The results of the beating often leave the victims with conditions almost irreversible. Action taken against the perpetrators is with no doubt questionable, as most leave their victims more traumatized and in fear as justice is served. As a country, can we do more in all our capacities to curb the escalating vice that has shattered the lives of many? Thank you for watching Life Stories. We hope to get in touch with Genesis and hear his side of the story. That was Harriet's story. I hope you learned a thing or two, especially when it comes to domestic violence. Please like our Facebook page, NTV Life Stories. Until next time, God bless you.